Today is an exciting day for me. I'm going to make a pattern bar so I can cut it up into slices on that diamond saw that I showed you last week. It's that one there, basically. If you haven't been here before, my name is Jeff and I'm an Australian glass artist, and on this channel you'll find a stack of tutorials on glass fusing, or at least related to glass fusing. As I said, I am excited about this. I've been wanting to have a diamond saw that could cut me thicker pattern bars, and finally got one. So this pattern bar is going to be maybe 30 mils, a bit more maybe, 30 mils thick that is. Well, it will depend upon my ability to make it and how I set it up. So hopefully I can gauge the glass and everything enough so I can get it about 30 mils thick. The saw I think will cut to about 40 mils, but you know, a little bit at a time maybe. Let's do the 30 mil, make sure that's good. A lot of glass involved in pattern bars. Glass and fusing schedules. I use Bullseye COE 90 glass. So the fusing schedule that I give you, you will need to adjust if you use something else. And you certainly need to adjust it to set it to match whatever happens in your kiln. So just be aware of that when you use that fusion schedule. Now please stay safe. Make sure you wear your safety gear, look out for your eyes, your lungs, and you don't want to cut up those hands too much. But before we continue, I'm going to make some requests of you. You'll see a bar down here with a lot of options in YouTube. There's a join button there where you can join if you want to become a member. There's a subscribe button to subscribe. And there's you'll find a community button there. If you've subscribed, you can go into the community and make posts and upload photos and so forth. There's a thumbs up button if you particularly like a video. There's a share button also if you particularly like a video. And all of that is going to help me immensely. So please subscribe if you want to see more of these videos, but turn the notifications on. Otherwise you won't get advised of them, and share it around. Help me build a channel and stay here and be more than it is right now. Now I like blue, so especially with the contrast of the opaque white. So the colours I'm going to use for this are blue, mainly transparent. There is some opaque colours in here, or opal. There's the opaque white, which is 0013. This is a mixture, so there's all sorts of things in there. And just clear over here. Now, this is roughly 11 centimetres by 8 by about 3. I've done my calculations to work out how many cubic centimetres that is. And Bullseye glass, which is what I'm using here, is 2.5 grams per cubic centimetre. Now that's worked out at about 600, a bit over 600 grams of glass that I need. Now what I've done is I'm going to go about a third of each. So I've weighed out a third of the white, third of blue, third of the clear. And I'm not doing strips. If I wanted slices with basically the same pattern in them all, I would do strips, and I'd lay strips up in here. But I'm not going to do that. What I want are butterfly pairs. So when I cut, it's like that, with the same pattern on each side. But each pair I would like to be different. So I don't want them all the same, because I won't be using all of them in the same project. Excuse me. So hence, these are all just scrap that I'll lay and try and mix up randomly in here to get that rather random pattern right throughout. Now I'm going to line this with thin fire paper. I'll put thin fire paper on the bottom, and then I'll line the sides with it as well. So this is going to go in the kiln for a long time basically, because it's going to be 30 mils thick. It's not only the amount of time it takes for it all to melt down, but the anneal time I think is going to be something like 4 or 5 hours. I think about 5 hours, and then a very slow cool down after that. So it's going to be in the kiln for quite quite a while. And hopefully it'll all come out without any cracks or anything like that in it. So the next thing is I am going to cut some of these pieces up a bit smaller, and then I'm going to clean them all, line this with the thin file paper, and then we'll set it all up. Set it all up? Load it all up. How's that? So we do have a finished bar, but not without some drama. Unfortunately, at about, I think, 1:15 last night, we lost power. Unfortunately, it was over the, or should say, after the anneal period and during the slow cool down. It seems to sort of have survived. I do have some chipping, which I can't really explain. It's taken that whole corner off there and a corner off there, a couple of other little bits, which is a pity because that is going to affect any of the slices around here. But other than that, it looks all right. There are some bubbles in there. Not too worried about those. So we'll cut it. Now I have used a diamond pad and just smoothed the bottom of it. I'm going to sit that on a piece of glass, which you can see there, and I'm going to cut it on that. So hopefully any chipping on the bottom will happen on that and not on that. So I'll be holding that, pulling the saw through and taking off my slices that way. So we'll see how it goes, and we're going to start from, I think, probably this end, I think. The only reason I say that is that the last bit is harder to cut. So if we start here, I'll just trim this off here and see how we go. By the way, it is only 25 mils thick. I couldn't fit all that glass in. I should have made the dam higher so I could have fit it in. But that's 25 mils, which is quite thick anyway. We've got a little bit of an overhang there. So I actually had too much glass for the dam I had put in place. But that doesn't matter. Let's now see how that saw goes. Right, before I do anything, I've got my apron on, but I do have to put my face mask on and hearing muffs, or ear muffs I should say. What I'm going to do here is I am going to take a slice off of here just to clean up the end of it. Then I'll take 2 more slices off as a butterfly pair. I do have a piece of glass underneath. We'll see how well that works. But anyway, I'll get kitted up and we'll give this a go. That's not bad. There's a bit too much, in my opinion anyway, there's a little bit too much clear in that, but I can still see that looking nice in a piece. So there's that chip on that end. So obviously when I use it I'll have to grind this back a bit. But I'll just continue on now, and I'm going to cut up all the slices. So, how did that go as far as water is concerned? Basically, you can see that the only place there's water is where I'm standing, because it's coming over this end. So, maybe I need to figure out how to put something at that end there without it being an obstruction to me. Anyway, it's worked beautifully. The last bit I had to use a stick as a pusher to push it in and hold that last little bit in. And basically I've got a whole heap of slices. I'll get it right in a moment. I'll go and clean these all up now, and I'll lay them out so you can see them. Okay, there we have it. It's all assembled. What we actually have are pears. Forgetting the end pieces, because the end pieces are, they'll go in the scrap bin. The one on this end just broke up into pieces. So we have, not too sure how many pears we got there, but let's just have a look at them. So this pear, a nice butterfly pattern. Next two, same, well, it's not the same pattern, but got a hole in that one. That's all right. And last one. This one's got a, as you can see there, it's chipped right off because of this. That's all right, we can fix that. So I think that is a success. The saw has worked well. When you may have noticed as I was going through, I took that piece of glass at the bottom out because I noticed, I think it would have been these ones, that the chipping wasn't too bad on the bottom. These are the earlier ones, and there was still chipping. And then later in the cut, it was about the same. So having that piece of glass in there didn't really make a lot of difference. I might try it with 3mm glass if I can get some, and or I might try actually using some double-sided tape. Anyway, I'll try a couple of things and I will let you know if I find a better way of doing it. So I've got quite a few pears out of that pattern bar, and they look really nice. A little bit too much transparent in there, but it's all right, I can work around that. And they will be used in future videos. If you want to see those videos, the best way is to subscribe and turn on your notifications, and you'll receive a notification when I publish each video. They didn't come out 30mm thick, they actually come out only 25. I just didn't put enough glass in there, so I need to put more glass in there. The thickest I could do before that was only 20mm, and that was at the absolute limit of the saw. And what I mean by that is it was on a bench top, saw, so the blade is on the top and you feed the glass into it, and the depth that you could cut was about 20 mils, so this was at the maximum. And if it was a little bit more than that, it left a little bit of glass on the top that just basically had to be broken off. So this is going to be a big improvement. And when I get up to 40 mils, as you can see, that's 25, that's 20. When I get up to 30, add another 5 mils on there. And if I can get up to 40, that's going to make them substantially larger. So hang around and we'll see how it all goes. Now, if you have any questions at all, put them in the comment section. I do my utmost to answer every question and reply to every comment that goes in there. As I've already asked, please consider subscribing. Make sure you turn on your notifications. And we do have memberships, so that is another option. Consider becoming a member. If you've liked this video in particular, give it a thumbs up and share it around, and that'll make me very happy. But that's it for this one. Up here, there's a button to find out about memberships. There's some sample member-only videos. Down here, there's the subscribe button, a suggested video just for you. And until the next one, I'll say bye for now.